this is Cinema here. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to finish watching The Wheel of Time. This is the last episode of this season. I'm quite excited because I just needed to finish this season. I really did. And I was waiting to learn who the dragon was, and finally we learned who he is, and I can't wait to see him with his powers, unfolding and using his powers in full force, see what he can do and whether or not he will succeed in his endeavors. So the last episode was great. It will be hard to beat, very hard, because it was excellent, and I even cried because it was just so emotional, and I don't like crying that much. I do cry a lot while watching shows and movies, but I would prefer to laugh over crying, but it was quite emotional. When that happens, I have to recognize this. I have to recognize it and then give it credit when it's due, because it means it's connecting with me. What language is that? Invented language, because I can't understand shit.
Vin miron. Ai shuka dinyo sopso. Kagavane.
No si. Tamaraldar watari nane sa susia.
Kodome watari nane soninde. Watare vinle as a vid kasin.
But did I mess up the language on the show? I don't understand anything.
What are those?
The 7 towers of Malkier.
Okay.
Interesting trees.
That's where Lancity was born. It looks like it's been that way 1,000 years.
40 at most. 3 years ago, it was miles from Tarwin's Gate. It's just another sign that the Dark One's strength is building.
Was it hard
What?
to leave him behind?
Here. Have some of that. You need to keep up your strength. What did you dream? Dreams have great meaning, especially here, so close to his touch.
It was the Dark One. He knows where we are. He's coming.
What the fuck?
I wouldn't have expected it would be you.
How is he dressed? It's very modern, like. Oh my god. What is he doing? What is this thing?
There. That's better.
I feel bad that it's just the two of them. Let the group come with you. I don't understand why they have to go alone. They better come alone, because
What was this place?
We have no idea. Every record of its existence was purged from the White Tower's libraries by Dark Friends. You said you remember this place. What do you remember?
The pieces don't fit together. It's like a puzzle or a dream. Every time I grab onto something, it just slips away. I fought someone here. The Dark One. But it looked like a man. It was here, in the center. It was a symbol.
oh,
This
light
symbol.
and dark. Very, very well used symbol, by the way. It's like recycled in so many shows. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's the devil.
You see? It is her.
Oh,
Or a
stopped
version
time.
of what could be her.
What do you mean?
No one tells you what you can do. About the power inside you. You can remake the world in your image. Make it whatever you want it to be. This, if you want. I can show you how.
Oh Lord.
I wonder what he'll choose. Light or dark?
You didn't think I'd come here without knowing what I was walking into, did you?
Stop
She already
it.
was.
Oh,
She already
someone
is.
stop him. Don't do what he says. What the fuck? Oh wow.
What are you doing? Oh. You can remake the world in your image, boy. Make it what you want.
That's not the woman I love.
It's Koindia.
I thought that Heartstone couldn't be scratched. That nothing, not even the one power, could break it.
So did I.
What does it mean?
That this wasn't the last battle.
Thank you. I could have figured that.
I fear it was the first.
What the? Can someone explain to me the ending? I'm gonna have to research it. I don't understand what that was, but the Dark One is not dead or something. It was having a smirk before it disappeared and dissolved. So for some reason, I have a feeling it's coming back. So it's just the first battle. I love this episode. I thought the previous one was the best. It was not better than the previous one. The previous one was absolutely amazing. But I said that it was hard to beat. It was perfect. This episode was good. It kind of like was a little bit disappointed that he went on his own. I would have liked for the group to be together, and they weren't again. I don't like when the group was always separated. You know, I like it to be together because they have really good relationships. I like to continue seeing that. But of course, they got separated because he's the dragon, and that was a battle between himself and the Dark One, and that's his destiny. That conflict is this destiny. And I love this show so much. It was great. I have so many questions though. I have so many questions. So I think I'm going to just research a bit regarding the last scene because honestly, I'm confused. It kind of signals the fact that that was the first battle, and kind of what Andy said that this was their first battle. It kind of translates to the next scene. It kind of shows that something else is happening. So yes, definitely it's a good ending to this season, but also it's a great tease to season 2. So I'm so happy that it was renewed and for season 2. And again, this is a great tease. You know, they knew they wanted to go on with this show from the last scene because it has so much potential. It's so good. I was so in shock. Actually, I was doing a research on Amazon and I saw Amazon Prime and I saw this show and the ratings were not high. They were like 3 or almost 3 stars, and I was kind of shocked because this is such a good show. It deserves like at least 4.5 stars. I don't give 5 stars to almost no show. Almost like it's very hard for me to give it, but definitely this one approaches the 5 star mark. It's excellent, and yeah, so I think this show did a really good job on capturing the attention of people who have not read the books because there's certain movies and shows that rely on the book's material so much and they don't consider that some people didn't read the material, so they might get lost along the way. But this show is quite complicated. It's not an easy show. Like, it's not an easy storyline, and they did a really good job in explaining almost everything, except the last scene. I'm confused to who's coming, but I think they left it there on purpose, like the enigma of it, to, like, of course, to make you more curious about season 2. But I think the show did a really good job at explaining everything, making everything very clear in the end, despite me not knowing anything about the material, the original material, and I haven't read the books. So, and of course, people who have read the books probably have more knowledge and they had more understanding of the show, the names, the language, and all of that. Of course, the storyline, even though there might be differences, but I'm sure they had a greater easy read of the show than someone who hasn't read the books. But honestly, overall, it was pretty understandable and it was pretty easy to follow. So I'm really happy with that. And again, that's why I think it's a great show. And also, before we end this video, I wanted to show you something. So I kept it beside me because I wanted to show it at the end of this episode. But basically, I wanted to show you the book. I actually purchased the book because listen, I really love this show and I got so curious about reading the book. And I was trying to find, because they were selling the copies with the show on the cover. Because I'm a collectionist, I love reading, and I have like a whole small library in the corner in my office, and I keep all the books and everything, and I have a lot of antique books. I'm obsessed with vintage and antique books, and I wanted to buy like not an original copy, those are very hard to find obviously, but one of the first editions of the book. And I saw this on biblio.com, that's the name of the website, and where people sell antique books, and also they sell like older copies. I was able to find a book that I'm actually currently reading that's the first published copy in the United States, and it was like $10. So you can find greatest treasures at this website. It's called, like I said, biblio.com, biblio.com. I would strongly encourage you to go there. If you're an avid reader, you're gonna find some treasures there. And basically, I wanted to buy the original cover, the book with the original cover, because I'm looking at it. I cannot wait to read it and then give an interpretation analysis of the cover. I'm always obsessed with covers that have so much meaning, and yeah, I think this cover tells you so much, and yeah, so I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait to read this book, and I'm going to read it, and then I would like to do a review on it and talk about it with you guys in a video once I finished reading it. So actually right now I'm almost done with reading one book, and then I'm planning to start with this one. I don't read books like many books at the same time. I used to do that. Don't do that anymore because I'm too busy, so I'm doing one at a time. I'm almost done with the first book. I'm going to start with this one. So I cannot wait. Thank you so much, you guys, for recommending the book to me. Many people have recommended it, and they told me which book to buy first and to read first. So that's what I did. So thank you so much for watching and and the fact that you guys participated in this journey. I always love sharing these videos with you guys because I have the most connection with these reactions, and I have a connection with the audience through these reactions, so I love that. And I love that you guys are enjoying the show and you're satisfied with the show. Honestly, the fandom of the Wheel of Time are the most beautiful. It's the most beautiful fandom of all, like that I've experienced. And let me tell you, I've reacted to shows where I can encounter so many fandoms, but this fandom, I have to say, it's so analytical, but so passionate, but so kind as well. They barely give me they barely give me criticism of the videos. They just enjoy watching, and I appreciate it. And it's just nice. It's just nice to have that community, you know. So I'm really pleased with that, and let's keep it like that. You guys are amazing. So I cannot wait to watch season 2. If there's any other material about the Wheel of Time you guys want me to explore that wouldn't be a threat of spoilers for season 2, please suggest in the comments. I will gladly look into it, and then we'll see. We'll just wait for season 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!